We learned how to add and subtract integers using models such as counters and number lines. And today we are going to be adding integers with the algorithm. Integers can also be added and subtracted using an algorithm. Which is also just a set of rules. So when we're adding integers, if two values have the same sign, then we're going to add and use the same sign. So essentially that means that a positive plus a positive equals a positive. So 6 plus 5 equals 11. And a negative plus a negative equals a negative. For example, negative 6 plus negative 5 would equal negative 11. Now, if we have integers with different signs, so if the signs are different, then we're going to subtract and take the sign of the number with the greatest absolute value. So, for example, we have 6 plus negative 5. 6 and negative 5 have different signs. So, we're going to find the difference between 6 and 5. We're going to subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. And the absolute value of 6 is 6. And the absolute value of negative 5 is 5. So, since 6 has the greatest absolute value, we're going to keep the sign of the number 6. And 6 is positive, so our answer will also be positive. And in this example, negative 6 has a negative sign, so the negative will be in our answer. Alright, so we're going to move down and we're going to do some examples together. It says practice adding integers using the algorithm. Then find the sum of each column, checking your answer with the provided sum. So we have negative 9 plus 6. So in this problem, we have a negative number and we have a positive number. That means you can't just add these two numbers the way that they are. So we are going to find the difference between 9 and 6. So 9 minus 6 is 3. So we know that our answer will be either negative or positive 3. But now I just need to find the absolute value of our numbers. So the absolute value of negative 9 equals 9. And the absolute value of 6 equals 6. So 9 is the greater absolute value, and our 9 has a negative number in front of it, so our answer will be negative 3. Alright, so now we're going to do 4 plus 7. We know that 4 is a positive number, and 7 is a positive number, and we know that a positive plus a positive equals a positive. So 4 plus 7 is 11. Now moving on to negative 7 plus 12. We have a negative number and we have a positive number. That means that we have to find the difference between 7 and 12. So I'm going to subtract 12 minus 7 and I get 5. So my answer will either be negative or positive 5. So let's look at our numbers. Negative 7 has an absolute value of 7. And 12 has an absolute value of 12. So my greatest absolute value is 12, and that is a positive answer number, so my answer is positive 5. And now we have negative 9 plus positive 9. And we know that those two signs are different, so we need to find the difference. Find the difference between negative 9 and positive 9. So 9 minus 9 is 0, and this answer is just 0, because this would also give me 9 0 pairs, and we know that 0 pairs have the value of 0, so 9 zeros is just 0. So anytime you have a number plus its opposite, it is always, always, always going to be 0. And now we have 7 plus negative 3. So 7 plus negative 3, both of my signs are different. So I'm going to find the difference between 7 and 3. So 7 minus 3 is 4. And 7 has a greater absolute value, so my answer will be positive. Positive 4. Alright, so next we have 1 plus negative 9. So we have one positive number, and we have one negative number. So 1 plus negative 9, I will find the difference between 9 and 1. 9 minus 1 is 8. And we know that negative 9 has a greater absolute value with 9. And so since negative 9 is a negative number, my answer will be negative 8. Alright, so now I want you guys to do 2 plus negative 6 by yourselves, and 12 plus negative 3 by yourselves. I'm going to do negative 11 plus positive 5. Those are two different signs, so I'm going to find the difference. 11 minus 5 is 6. And I know that negative 11 has a greater absolute value than 5. So my answer will be negative. And now I'm going to do negative 5 plus negative 9. I have two negative numbers, so my answer will be negative also. 9 plus 5 is negative 14. If you guys would do 11 plus negative 5 and 7 plus 6 on your own, I'm going to do negative 6 plus negative 8 with you. So I have two negative numbers. That means my answer will also be negative. So negative 6 plus 8 equals negative 14. 6 plus 8 is 14, and a negative plus a negative equals a negative. And now we have 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3, I have two positive numbers, so my answer will also be positive. 9 plus 3 is 12. If you guys will do negative 10 plus negative 5 by yourselves, and negative 3 plus negative 7 by yourselves, then take the time to glue this notes into your journal and complete your summaries